Okay.
Hi. This is Grinda with the Belcher's Appreciative Eye. Oh, I'm sorry. And Doc and Grinda with the Belcher's Appreciative Eye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're so used to that.
I was going to let you introduce yourself.
Oh,
So, what are we doing today?
well, we are fortunate. If I can stop stuttering, we are at a wonderful location called, is it pronounced
Kokodo?
Yes, Kokodo Restaurant.
And so we're going to so we've introduced ourselves. We're going to let you introduce yourself. Tell them as much as you want, and then we'll ask the complicated questions.
Yes, we're going to switch roles here.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Noah KLEVI. People normally calls me KLEVI Joe. It's part of my name. Let me say KLEVI Joe is my middle name. And I'm a YouTuber. I'm also into real estate and non-profit. Yeah, so that's what I do.
Yeah.
What's the name of the nonprofit?
KLEVI Joe Foundation. Yeah, everything about me is KLEVI Joe.
KLEVI.
Yeah.
Can I call you KJ?
You know, you can call me any name.
Just don't call you out of your name, huh?
Oh, well, you can just call me any name.
So you know, I just heard today that you had a nonprofit. So what I want to know, how did it get started? When did you have the vision? What pushed you to start a nonprofit?
Well, thank you very much. We were kind of having, at the time I was into politics. So when I was going for a campaign tours and so forth, I had an opportunity to meet other people at the villages that were having issues with water and electricity problem, health issues and so forth. So I was like, whoa, this is my first time in this very community. So why don't I do something to leave a legacy over here? So we started helping people in the community, paying school fees for kids and so forth. But it never came in mind that we should make it an official thing. We're just doing it just to help people within the community. Even though we're taking pictures, we're, keeping documentations and everything to know that this the people that we are helping and this the community that we are helping. So it came to a point that sometimes when you are doing certain things, you have to also document it for other people that are willing to help, because the support was not there. I was just doing all those things by myself, and there was money was not coming.
Right.
So I have to chip in other work before I go help other people in the community. So I realized that I have to make it an official for people that are also willing to help the non-profits. They will come on board and help us. Lord and behold, we had people from America. That was my YouTube fans were also helping me, sending money and also supporting us to help other communities. So recently we just had 2 boreholes done for a community called Eguafu and Daber, and we did a mechanized borehole for people. I can tell you, when you go to those villages, the kind of water that they drink, I don't think, sorry to say, your goats will even want to drink the water that they are drinking. So I thought of, helping the community, and now I think there's improvement and so forth. But the second borehole that we did was another touching thing that I heard. There was a child that was going to fetch water. At the time they were using a well. They dig the well, then the water comes from the ground, then they fetch. So at the time, the child closed from school and wanting to go and drink water, and she fell into the well and died. And I was like, no, something has to be done.
Oh, wow.
So we were able to raise some funds. We did everything possible to raise money just to at least rescue this very community. So that was the reason why I went into non-profits, and I think we are improving.
So how old is the nonprofit?
So far it's 2 years.
Okay.
And what office, the political office that you were running?
Yeah.
What office was it?
I was a deputy communication officer for this current party.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Wow, that's a sad story, but it's so wonderful that you saw a need, and you haven't fulfilled the need, but you're on a journey
Yeah.
to make things better.
You know, one thing I know for sure in life is that, you know, my mom raised me, but not only my mom raised me, there were other people that are in the community also raised me. So sometimes I feel like helping people out there that also need help from me. But you know, carrying a burden all alone by yourself, sometimes the strength normally goes down and so forth. So now my crying is that I wish people will also come on board to help, because I can't do it all alone by myself.
Yeah.
So maybe if people are watching me on your wonderful channel, at least they should also come on board.
Yeah,
and
but what
help.
we'll do when we write the description, we'll make sure all that information is in.
Right.
And and we'll talk about your nonprofit. Then we'll talk about. So you were born in Cape?
Well, I'm actually a Voltarian. I'm from the Volta region. I'm
The
Ewe.
Volta region.
Yes.
Ah, so you can take us there then, right?
Of course, I can take you everywhere in Ghana. You know, since I'm a Ghanaian YouTuber that I preach about Africa and so forth, at least I have to explore Ghana. So I know almost everywhere in Ghana. You know.
See that? You wanted somebody, you got somebody now. No, well, but we talked about Kumasi. He has not gone. I've gone. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're gonna go there. We're gonna spend a
It's
couple
really
days.
a nice
when we
place.
go.
I think when you go there, you like it.
Yeah.
But you know, you like Volta region more than any other place in
But I
Ghana.
hear people going there all the time.
You know, Volta region, when you talk of Africa, Africa is Volta region, you know.
Of course he's gonna say that.
Oh, well, maybe sometimes people might think I'm biased, but no. No.
So tell me, did you come from a big family, lots of sisters and
No.
brothers? No.
You know, my father was a police officer,
Ah.
you know, a no-nonsense type, you know. My father doesn't like this kind of things. It's not like some other policeman that takes, you know what I'm talking about. He's kind of a no-nonsense, a strict person. When he says do this, you don't have to complain. So I was being trained as a do before complain child. So when my father says this, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, my father doesn't cane us, but the eye gesture alone will tell you that this man is trying to tell you something, so you need to obey. If you don't, maybe that day you're not gonna sleep in the house.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not gonna sleep.
Where you gonna sleep?
Well, it's up to you.
But not in the house.
Yeah, not in the house.
Really? So, but you're the only child? Only one?
No, we are five.
Ah.
I'm the last but one.
Oh, you're the last?
Yeah, but one.
Ah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm in between two ladies. You know.
Oh, two sisters?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. That must have been challenging. But anyway, so when you were going to school, I don't know how long ago, because I can't gauge my beautiful people age because we all look good.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so nobody can look at you and say, oh, you look like you're 18 years old. But anyway, when you were going to school, is it any different than the kids going to school now?
Yes. I would say that sometimes when I was growing up, my mom was telling me that I should get married, but I was telling my mom, you see, the kind of women that you guys were is not the kind of women that we have now. Because now the women that we have now, they are social media women. They always want to flaunt. They always want to do things to impress people. You know, this type of love that you and your husband have, you know, it's obvious for you to see now in Ghana, because now everybody is thinking of money, making money and so forth. So nobody will not even have time. I didn't say that there are no women like that. There are women like that, but it's obvious for you to see. Yes, you know, at least it's very hard for you to find.
That's that Western. That's that Western influence, honey.
Yeah.
You know, you lose yourself when you let something come in from other places. You just lose yourself. Not everybody,
right?
But it's a big influence, and I do see it here. Why she got a wig on? Why she did? Why she did? You know, but it's influence. But anyway, you're not married. That's what you're saying?
Well, I'm married.
Oh, you're married?
Yes, I'm married to an American.
Are you really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, sometimes
You know it now.
sometimes
He's not available, y'all. Okay.
sometimes being on social media, you have to keep yourself a little bit private, you know.
See, that's what I was talking about when you interviewed me, keeping things private.
Yeah.
But okay, so
maybe if she's hearing it, she might not like it, but that is my life. I don't want to expose certain
yeah,
things on
yeah.
social media, you know.
So you have children?
No, I don't have a child.
You don't have a child?
Yeah, I'm year 2.
Year 2.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, live your life before you start having children.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not really.
Year 40.
You know, it's kind of
That's a year?
it's kind of a long distance marriage or relationship now because she's in America, I'm in
Okay.
Ghana, so you know,
Okay,
this
okay.
back and forth and so
Okay.
forth.
I
Yeah,
did not know you were married. Though. I thought you were a single man, but
maybe you wanted to
where
connect
is she?
somebody to me.
What state she?
She is in California, Los Angeles.
Okay. It's Los Angeles.
Yeah,
All right.
she's a Calian,
Okay. Okay.
a very beautiful one.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. We
Yes,
see the man is
yes,
in love over here. you
Just
see.
just like you, beautiful like you.
Wonderful. 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 So
The silver tongue.
listen to who has the silver tongue right
that's,
here.
that's a city boy.
Yeah, the city boy. Yeah, the city boy. So,
Stay close. Stay
so
close.
I know you are a YouTuber and you're a great YouTuber. And tell us more about what else you're doing. You have a nonprofit. You have this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Let's start with the YouTube. Though.
Let's
We
start.
haven't talked about the YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about it, but you can talk about it.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Tell me a little bit about it. When it? How long? How old is it?
You know, I started YouTube 15 years ago,
Wow.
and I had a couple of challenges. You know, at the time, I was a computer software engineer. I'm a software engineer by profession. That's what I do. But you know, things changed because I wrote an application letter to a company that I don't want to mention a name.
Okay.
And I sent my application letter for employment. The head of the company told me, the manager told me that if he employs me in the company, the next 2-3 years, he will be under me and I'll be the one controlling the company because of the certificates that I am having or holding. So he cannot employ me.
Because you were his competition.
Right.
Aren't we always? Okay.
Right. So something like that changed my mind, that as somebody who have dealt with so many computers, you know, how do I, feed myself? How do I take care of myself? Because I don't want to be a burden for my parents. So the only option for me to start YouTube, but starting a YouTube has to come with another difficult task that I have to also go into. One, people were portraying Africa to the Western people that Africa is really a bad place. So me being in Africa, living in Africa for the rest of my life, how would I tell a story to people that are in the West that Africa is not a bush, Africa is not a bad place? It is only YouTube that I will use to change those narratives. So that made me go into YouTube just to change the narratives about Africa, because
Yes.
nobody's going to tell my story. I have to tell my own story to people that wants to come to the continent. So that was the reason why I started YouTube.
What's the name of the YouTube
It
channel?
was KLEVI Joe.
KLEVI Joe.
Yes.
Everything is that.
Everything was my name.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Got it.
Because I've been through a whole lot.
Yeah.
I want to check one thing with the camera to make sure that we're still recording over there,
Yeah.
because it stops sometime, and I just want to make
If
sure.
you want,
Be okay.
check it or record it. It's recorded.
It's great,
Yeah.
great. We don't want to lose this. Not at all. Not at all. So, I know, I think I've had a short conversation with you when we were met at KFC.
Right, KFC. Yeah.
And I just remember one thing that you were saying. I'm going to kind of flip now and talk about you interacting with people here. Yeah. And do you see and do you know, since you've been here all of your life, you know people that are doing great things, but they are focused just on that great things. And I'm not asking you to call any names or whatever like
Yeah.
that. But I know that I heard a sound of kind of like frustration with you when we were saying. And trust me, honestly, I'm not trying to be facetious. I know the feeling. When we try to do something to help our community and then, those that gotta just walk around you. Yeah. So tell me what are some of your challenges?
You know, that's a very good question that I have to answer. With what you just said, sometimes when you are doing something, you start small. People seems to downplay you. But when you get to a point and then the thing is working, that is where you see people that downplays you want to come on board. For me, if I started small and you downplay me and I'm getting bigger, I don't think there's a need for you to come close to me.
They don't even come my way.
Yes,
Don't
I don't
agree.
don't even try.
Yeah.
Because when I had a smaller vision, you didn't show up. So now that I have a bigger vision, why do you want to show up? Those people, they have their own agenda, they have their own personal interest of what you are doing. So maybe they are coming with a certain agenda. So sometimes you have to be very careful. And two, I would say some people in Ghana per se, or maybe some rich men, are sometimes selfish when it comes to helping youth in Africa or Ghana per se. Because sometimes they think that when they help a youth and then the person becomes big, it's kind of a challenging for them. So they seems not to help the people. Meanwhile, in Africa or maybe in Ghana, we are in an era that the youths are the ones that are controlling the country, not the older ones.
Yeah.
So if you don't give the youths opportunities, how
Right.
do you want the country to develop? It's not going to develop because those older people that have older ideas, those ideas are all archaic. So you need to bring in a fresh-minded people, with broader ideas and so forth, just to raise the image of Ghana, raise the image of Africa as a whole.
Yeah.
So sometimes if I start something and then you seems not to be supportive of what I'm doing, and then later the thing blow and you want to come on board, just forget it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I hear you. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you about the chicken later, the story my mom used to tell me. But it's okay. It's almost like you go and plant the wheat, you harvest the wheat, and you ask someone to come and help you harvest the wheat, and those are the children. And they don't come. And then you bring the wheat and you make it something big, and then they want a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful that it's that way, but I thank God that you are still pushing, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because one thing, I believe that this is what I believe, that if you stay obedient to what it is that you're doing, things are going to happen. Things are going to happen.
Yeah.
I want to flip a little. We talked about this. I want to flip back to the nonprofit thing. If you could talk to the people out there right now, on an average, and I have probably 50% of my audience they're from the U.S. I have a small amount of Ghanaian, and I really want y'all to start watching this video camera. My sisters and brother here in Africa, and I have the UK. But if you could talk to them, now I don't have that many followers as you, but if I had to ask for a donation for almost 700 people, just tell me just a small amount of how it would help your nonprofit.
When it comes to YouTube, forget about the subscribers, because for me, if I make a video and even one person watches it, I've made an impact. So it's not about so many people
Not
watching.
about it's not about
No.
quantity. Okay.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
just to make an impact, because
Yeah.
sometimes people normally contact me, KLEVI, I watch your video, and that made me come to Ghana. You know, there I've made an impact. So many people have watched my videos, but
Yeah.
how many of them have come to Ghana?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if one person from all of my viewers or maybe my followers come to Ghana or maybe come to Africa, there is an impact. So I will normally say, or maybe I will say that whoever is watching this video and willing to help our non-profits, we are open. And we want to make sure that any money that you send, there will be accountability for everything that you send. We are not trying to do something for our own personal interest, because whenever I do a borehole, I post it on my channel for everybody to see it. So either you have donated or you've not donated, you still see the video.
Yeah, yeah.
But normally the people that makes donations, I put their name on a plaque and put it on a borehole.
Oh, how sweet.
So when you check on all the boreholes that I've done, the videos are on my channel. People that have made their contributions to complete the borehole, their names are on a plaque, pasted on the borehole. So whenever they come from the States and they want to go and see the borehole, they'll go and see it. Because sometimes people have a perception that, and not sometimes diaspora thinks that Africans are not people that they should trust. So for you also not to have those kind of perception, or maybe thinking that these diasporas will be having those kind of perception, just do the right thing.
Yeah.
So when you do the right thing, I normally say when you do the right thing will come to you.
Yeah. You put out there what
Yes.
you get, what you put out there. Yeah.
So always, any borehole that I do, there is a plaque.
What's the average cost of doing one?
Well, initially when we started a borehole, by then was 38,000 Ghana cedis. But now, things
Things are going up.
changed.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go to a community, the people that are there are more than what we are expecting. So, when people are more, you have to also put in more money. In terms of the water tank that we buy and then put it on the borehole stand, we have to buy the bigger ones, because if the community is a bigger community, you have to buy a bigger water tank.
Yeah.
So all those things are kind of cost effective and so forth.
Yeah.
So now we are still open for people that are willing to help. And even if somebody wants to do like 200 boreholes for us in a year, always, Oliver Twist, I always want to ask more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always ask more. So guys, just make sure you come support us.
Yeah, and again, say your YouTube channel name for them again, so they can watch.
Well, my YouTube channel name is KLEVI Joe, KLEVI space JOE, KLEVI space JOE, KLEVI Joe.
KLEVI. Okay.
Yeah, and it's on all social media handle. That's the name that I use, apart from any other name. But if you are sending money, it is Noah Aklev or Noah Aklevi. So
we'll have all that in the description.
Right.
Okay. It was something I was going to ask you. A YouTube channel we talked about, and the NGO we've talked about. It was the third thing that I was going to ask you.
Is it a real estate?
Yes, that's what it is. It's real estate. Real estate. Real estate. Talk to us about real estate.
Well,
where are you selling? Where are you selling now?
we so far we've built so many houses for diasporas and Ghanaians to, as well, those people that are living in abroad and so forth. We've built house for them. I have a track record. My real estate name is Build Ghana Consultation, because we want to build Ghana. I am more focused on Ghana, not any other African country. I have to.
I hope so.
I have to focus on mine first before I go.
Yeah, you got to take care of home first.
So I am more focused on Ghana first.
Yeah.
So basically, I sell land in Pampram. I sell land in Elmina. I sell land in Cape Coast. But we build all over in Ghana. So far, I've completed 7 houses so far for my clients. And my last clients are the Canadians. They are so lovely people. HNA, if you are watching me, you know what? We are promoting a brand. So if you want to check their page, it's also HNA in Ghana. They have a YouTube channel called HNA in
HNA,
Ghana.
okay.
Yes, and they are so lovely people. Just like you, you know,
Aw.
you're so lovely. Your husband is so lovely and so kind. But you know, sometimes I started this real estate thing because I had so many issues and so many complaints as I was doing my YouTube channel. Just like I said, when you go to any country, there are good people, there are bad people. Sometimes I feel so bad when somebody calls me from nowhere. KLEVI, I've sent my $70,000 to a contractor. I've sent my 70 or maybe any amount to somebody to buy me this, to build me this. The money is nowhere to be found.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? I am preaching Africa to the world. I am preaching Ghana to the world. So if something like that happens in Ghana or Africa, I have to also take the blame, because I have to make sure there are good people in the continent.
Right.
So what am I going to do to also help other people that are losing their money? The only thing I have to do is to step in for them. So far, I've had 18 complaints
18.
from the diaspora.
Wow.
18 complaints
Wow.
that they've sent money to people to build for them. No house, no land.
Wow.
That's
And the people are nowhere to be found.
some of that comes with due diligence
right.
too, though.
You know, one thing that I want diasporas to learn is that sometimes people will portray that they are the owners of the land.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
you will check the documentations and everything. But when you go in deep into it,
Yeah.
they are not the right
Right.
owners.
Yeah. What we're finding is come before you hand over.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
See.
If they want to scam you, they will scam you.
Yeah.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
you can, they
Because,
can show you. the
because
land.
you don't know the culture, or maybe you don't know the system more than a Ghanaian over here.
Oh yeah.
I had a land that I'm selling in Elmina, which is 106 acres of land. So far, I've sold almost 46 plots of land so far. When I went into the land, I did my research. I went to a land commission. I did everything that I have to do. But I was like, no, I still have to do another background check. So what I did was that if the land was here, I have to go to various communities that the land is around. Ask
Ask
questions. Do you think this land belongs to this chief? Do you think this land belongs to this chief? And I don't just ask only one person.
Yeah.
Maybe within a community, I ask more than 30 people. And when I have an answer that this land belongs to this chief, before I go into that. So even the land that I'm selling in Elmina, those are the processes that
Okay.
I took.
You're comfortable.
Yes. Because sometimes you might even go to a land commission, you will see everything that the chief's name is on the documents. But how would you know that this is the right person who is supposed to sign the documentations? Those are the things that people doesn't know. And you know, sometimes when diasporas are also doing business with Africans, they don't trust. They trust their fellow diasporans more than we the Africans. And now, per my research that I've had, the 18 people that are complaining of people taking their money,
It's a diaspora.
it's a diaspora.
Okay. All right.
And Lord and behold, the diaspora lady that are doing that to them doesn't talk to me now.
Okay.
But you don't want to talk to her.
No, I don't want to get myself involved into that, because that's her own business.
Yeah.
If she wants it, she should bring it on. And I'm ready for that.
All right.
Said he's ready for it. Okay.
Yeah, ready for a fight.
Yeah.
Like he's expecting.
No,
one.
because
Yeah.
how can you take somebody's money? You know,
Yeah.
people, for me, if it is a Ghanaian who is doing that, I would say, okay, because they've not experienced that before, or they've not experienced America, so they might think that America is so easy. But you have experienced America. You know how difficult American is. So at least you were even supposed to even help a fellow American. But you come to Ghana, you adopt Ghanaian culture, you adopt Ghanaian character, and then you try to do things that some Ghanaians normally do to Americans, which is not good.
Right.
Yeah, it's good to say some Ghanaians.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's not everybody.
Yes, not everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes when somebody calls me saying, "KLEVI, I want to send you money, I want to do that," I said, "My sister, if you don't trust me, don't send the money. Keep it. Because you are not the only person that I'm dealing with. I am out there putting my life on the line. And I'm telling you things that you have to go through. So if you don't trust me, I don't want you to trust me. I can't force you to trust me."
What is it that you do to assure them that you are trustworthy?
Well, that's another good question. You know, when you see somebody who is in rush to make money, their attitude tells. For me, I'm not in a rush to make money, because I know I've studied something about diasporans.
Pray tell.
Yes, when you stay honest to a diaspora, you will get more. Okay?
That's most people.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you stay honest to a diaspora, you will get more. When I tell you this watch is 20 cities, and then you go, and then you realize that the watch is 20 cities, you know that, okay, this person is telling me the truth, I should deal with this person. But if somebody tells you the watch is 30 cities, and you go and buy the watch for 20 cities, are you going to trust the person again?
Nope.
Okay.
No. So always make sure you put honesty in your business. So if you stay honest,
Yeah.
that is it.
Yeah.
For me, I always say is that when you do good, good will come to you.
to you.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So for me, dealing with the diaspora is never a problem for me. It's not that I know them, but one thing for sure, if you are a honest person, naturally you are a honest person. There's nothing that somebody will do to take away all those things from you.
Yeah.
Of that 46 plots that you've sold,
Yeah.
how many of those are purchased by people who are not diasporans, but are,
I would probably say almost 7 of them are Ghanaians. The rest of them are diasporas. And when they come to Ghana, the first thing I want them to is to go and see their land. I want them to go and see their land, because this is what they've purchased. So when you go, you see your name, everything. And there's no land issues over there.
okay.
If you want to build, you can build. I build, I do everything. But if you want to build with somebody else, nobody's stopping you. You can build with any other person that you want to build. But make sure you don't complain to me that this person has stole your money.
Yeah.
Because you have a credible
That you
person
chose
that you can work with. But maybe you've also chose somebody else that is,
Go right ahead.
yeah,
Okay.
at least. You know, plenty fish doesn't spoil soup.
Yeah.
So if I'm working and another person is also working, it's good. We are just raising the image of Ghana. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you have a lot going on, bruh. There's a whole bunch going on. I don't know. To balance that. To balance. That's 3 things, 3 balls going up in the air. And so you juggle well, huh?
Sometimes it's difficult, but
And
we have to. We have to.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to put that
and
in
marriage.
there.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's difficult, but we have to. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Okay.
So, of your experience with people from the diaspora, what have you found? One, I heard you say, stay honest with them. What else have you observed that you would share with the audience that is not from the diaspora? This is what I've learned about this group of people who are repatriating to the continent.
I would say I've learned so many ideas from diasporas. How diasporas think is different from Africans.
Oh, yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
You see, when you are dealing with, for me, I'm naturally somebody who doesn't give up. And diasporas that normally comes to Ghana are like people that don't give up. Yes, for me, that's what I have studied, because if they want to do this, they will do it. You know, when I was coming, you set a time for me that let's meet at 2 p.m. I was a bit late. When I came, I said sorry. But you know, Africa, I'm using myself as an example. I'm using myself as an example. An African man that you give or maybe you tell African man that come, let's meet on 2 p.m. and the person comes on 4.
Yes.
Are you really serious?
Yeah.
You are not serious.
Yeah.
So if a diaspora says, let's meet this time, they are always time punctual. And even the ideas that they will give you, something that you African would think that this thing you not make money from it, that is where you make money from. Because when you are kind of related to a diaspora, they have so many ideas about, things that are going on.
Yeah.
How would people don't fancy charcoal and so forth. But a diaspora will come, do charcoal business, make money, and you being a Ghanaian, you just, what am I going to make in charcoal business
But
and those kind of things?
I don't think you. I really don't think that the Ghanaians should be blamed for that, because coming from the West, we've been exposed to more. We've been exposed to so much more.
Yeah, especially capitalism.
Yeah, yeah. So that was one reason I would think that your arms would be open to us. And I can speak for us. I can't speak for anybody else that's here. We did not come here to try to make money. If money came, yeah. But we're not saying, okay, we got to do this and we got to do that. I think I can speak for us and say we have more giving than anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, if I had 200,000, I'll probably have 20 of these young people out doing what they can do.
Because you support the ideas.
I would love to have. I would love to have enough money to support the youth here. To have to support the youth here. So yeah, I have 1,001 ideas, but he knows that. And
1,003.
but the thing about it, we do come with ideas, and great ideas, and I have to give that to us, but I have to say it's because we have been exposed to more.
Right.
Yeah. And so not every diaspora that come in here are coming to just make money. It's a lot of them that are out there working. And giving. We're not the only two. There's a lot of them. So, because we want to make Africa great, but we have to start with Ghana first. Like you said, we can't go out to another country, but start here at home first. Yeah. That's what we want to do.
I came to retire.
But it didn't work.
Well, but he's still working.
Yeah. Might as well say.
So you are never retired.
He's volunteering in places. So. And it's to help. It's to help. So you're all right, baby. Mm-hmm. God's gonna bless you. Don't worry about that. Yeah. But I think the things that you have going on are great. I am seriously interested in the NGO.
Yeah.
I would love to. I have to speak for myself only. Mm-hmm. I would love to go to a village with you one day.
Yeah, maybe one of these days I can have a time with you. We just go see some of the
I would love
malls
to do that.
we did for other
we can do a video.
At least seeing is believing. So when you say that, I think I'll be happy. At least we want to bring people on board.
I've been trying to get to a village ever since we've been here.
Yeah.
With, what's his name? My bank guy, GT. Frank. The guy that works at the bank, he keeps telling me, I'm going to take you. I just need to go to one and see. Because, I want to experience that.
We've got one near us, too.
Yeah, well, we have to make the time to do it. That's the thing about
That's
it.
good.
We have to make the time to do it.
So I think we can set a time, then maybe one of these days we can just visit other places.
My project that I'm working on, hopefully, if it's God's will come into full circle the mid of May. So after May 15th, I can start doing some of the things that. I can get to Kamasi. I can get to the village. So,
well, at least maybe one of these days you need to sleep at the village too as well.
I would love to try that.
Having a village life.
I would love it. I would just love it. I want to experience that.
It's not an off-grid life, but just living a village life,
Yeah.
You woke up, you in the morning, you take your chewing stick, you chew, Those kind of things.
Yeah, I would love to experience that. I really would. I know you're not going with me. I realize that. City boy.
But he will go.
You think so?
He will go. Yeah, he will go.
You would go,
Yeah,
babe.
he will go. Well, there's no need for
Well,
him
look,
to hesitate.
I had a hard time getting him to go camping, so that's why I asked him, "Would he? You gonna go?"
It's a little different than camping.
Yes,
Okay.
but sometimes
Okay.
sometimes I want to also ask something. Why is it that women, when they want their husbands to do certain things for them, they kind of forcing them? You know?
He's a starter. He starts stuff.
He's messy. Is he messy or what?
He's messy.
He's messy.
You know, sometimes I'll be there. There are some things I'm not interested in.
So
it
you've
then.
experienced that?
Oh well, you know,
Uh-huh.
it is what it is.
Well, this is 44 years together.
Almost 45. Yeah,
44.
45
Ooh.
this year.
Yeah. So
Well, I really have to have that experience. You know,
Yeah, it
you
gets
learn to say yes a lot.
it's a long, it's a long.
it gets
journey.
better with time. It gets
Yes.
better with time. You've only been married 2 years, right? You say?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years. Lord Jesus,
Yeah. Just
I can't even
just
think
that.
about. I can't even go back to think about that. But you know the thing. And speaking of marriage and everything, this 44. It'll be 45 this year. I don't. It's just floated on through. And to get to that, number, you realize that, wow, you know, this is great. Life gets better
Yeah.
and better and better and better.
I really want to have that kind of.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding you. It gets better and better and better.
Yeah, it's not all like that. It's more like
Slopey,
that.
you know.
Yeah, it ain't all like that.
But it's more
yeah.
but it's more
Yeah,
level
but it
than
climbs.
anything.
Yeah, it climbs.
Yeah, yeah.
So there are
Yeah.
valleys in it.
Uh-huh.
But it's all learning experiences. It's learning how to relate and to work together. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of us we find it very difficult because sometimes we want to have our private lives and
Yeah.
so forth.
Well, if you want to have a private life, don't get married. You know, if you want a private life, don't get married. Because when you get married, you're on a ship. That's why it's called relationship. And then the storms come out there when you're on a ship, right? You
Yeah,
have
but
to figure out
you know,
how you're going to survive on that.
yeah, but there are some storms you can just solve it privately.
When you said the marriage for the two people or one person?
No, two people.
Oh, no, that's different.
Oh yeah.
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 I
When
was
you
saying-
solve it private. You know, everybody don't need to know your business.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
You
Not at
solve
all.
it
Right.
private,
Yeah.
But you keep climbing.
And if you can't, you don't think you can resolve it, you can always come to your experienced mom and dad, uncle and aunt, whatever you want to call us. Because we could talk to you about our wisdom of coming through 44. And I do that now to younger couples.
Yeah, so I really have to learn that. I think you should also make a channel about, you know.
Oh, baby, I don't have time to make any kind of channel. He would kill me if I bring another project into the house. He would just go, "Are you crazy, woman? What's wrong?" No. But it's been a pleasure spending the last couple hours with you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it's been really a pleasure, and the energy is great. The vibes are great, and I know you're a good man. I know you are, and whatever I can do to help you with the NGO, I mean, whatever. We're gonna post it, and if please come to the meeting on the fourth Sunday, and we allow people to come. And the community is called One Community, and like I said, we meet on the last
Yeah.
Sunday of the month,
Right.
and there's a mixed crowd there, thank God, and people stand and talk about what they do and everything, and then after that, people find a way. Some people find a way to connect, to support each other in what they're doing.
And we see it not as a meeting, but a meet
A meetup.
Yeah.
I hate
It's
meetings.
just, again, people from Ghana, people from the diaspora, trying
Yeah.
to figure out how do we blend, how do we connect.
Right.
That's it.
It's basically on bridging gaps, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
is
what
what
it
it
is.
For sure.
Exactly what it is.
So it's aligned with what I'm also doing
Yes.
and what I'm preaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a lot of preachers, though. Seriously, we need people like you. And I'm not saying we're all that, because all of us, we should give what we have, what God has given us.
Right.
Whatever that gift is, we should give it. And your gift is so similar to ours. But we have to keep going. We have to
Right.
keep going. Even when we feel discouraged and we want to just throw our hands up,
Yeah.
Don't throw it.
Yeah.
When you throw them up, just throw them up to the heavens and say thank you, God, for this opportunity, because you wouldn't be here in this position if He didn't want you there. So
Right.
you know what your assignments are, and you just do them well.
That's true.
You do them well. Yeah.
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 And on that note,
On that note, what is
it
it?
up.
What is wrap it up? We want to thank our guests.
Yeah.
We want to thank our guests today. Our new. What do you want to be? You want to be a grandson, or you want to be a nephew? What? I asked.
Well, grandson, nephew, children, all the.
No, we'll go nephew.
Yes.
We ain't going to we ain't going to children now.
No.
No. Well, our new nephew that we have here, and I just love it when we adopt. Look at Doc. Then okay, she'll adopt another nephew.
So now I'm an adopted nephew.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
Yes.
He is, and we got to help him with this NGO, folks. We need help with it, and so we'll do a video when I go to the village, when we go, because Doc said he's going also.
Yeah.
And we'll do a video and put the video up so you can see the work that he's doing,
Right.
which is so important. Water is something else here. It's priceless. It's something else. And to be in a village and not have the proper drinking water, what does it do to our health? It doesn't help it at all. So we just want to help keep these villages alive and doing well. But on that note, we thank you, we love you, and so we want you to love, I always say love, like, subscribe, comment, and make a donation to this NGO. So let's say bye, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Peace out.